Hey, what's up guys? My name is Saurav and this is my YouTube channel. So if you are new to this channel, which is you are, I know that, please do like and subscribe. Your efforts are massively appreciated. So I'm starting this new YouTube channel which is going to be all about me, and what's better than talking about one of the most important decisions of my career that entirely changed it. And by the way, I do have another YouTube channel which is all about data science, machine learning. There I create courses on TensorFlow, PyTorch, etc. etc. So if you want to learn about data science and all that thing, you can watch those videos or you can subscribe to that channel, but you have to subscribe to this channel as well. So without wasting a time, let's get started. So this video is going to be all about my journey from chemistry to data science. So let me give you a brief introduction on my educational background. So I have done my graduation in chemistry from Keras College, Delhi University. Then I went on to do my master's in operational research, that too from Delhi University. And if you don't know about operational research, it is very mathematically loaded course, and to be put it simple, it's a combination of computer science, statistics, math, and there are many other courses as well. So now talking about why did I choose chemistry in graduation, that's altogether a different topic which is I'm going to cover in some other videos. But for this video we are going to stick to the plan. But as of now, let's talk about why did I switch. So during my graduation, there were few things started bothering me about chemistry. So the first one is practicals were too lengthy. It's not about too lengthy basically, but if you, let's say if you are doing something like you have to boil something and it takes 30 minutes, you cannot sit during that time, which is I find stupid. I mean, I have 30 minutes, I can sit, but that is not the case. And that brought some negative connotation for the chemistry. Now, second thing is that which was more important than the first one, obviously, that is practicals and theories were entirely different. So, for example, I am learning HPLC, that is high performance liquid chromatography in theory class, but we are not doing any kind of practical related to HPLC in the practical class. In practical class, we were doing titration, and to be honest, only thing I remember from the practicals is titration because all I did was titration. Now the third thing was the real driving force for me. That is, the future of chemistry student is not that much bright in India because we are not manufacturing hub. We are service based country. So chances of me getting a decent job like today I have, even after doing masters in chemistry, were very low. And even this is the case with my other batchmates as well. Some of them went for the for the law, some of them went for the B.Ed, and some of them actually went for master's degree and then went on to do PhD. But all in all, most of them choose for some other field. So by the end of third year, I had made up my mind to switch field, and the good thing was that I had physics and maths in 3 semesters, which allowed me to go for the masters in physics and masters in maths or maths related field. So since physics was not my cup of tea, I went for the maths and maths related subjects. So I searched for courses offered by DU in maths or maths related field, and my search boiled down to 3 courses, that is masters in statistics, masters in maths, and masters in operational research. For masters in statistics and maths, I couldn't fulfill some criteria, so my best shot was operational research. So I prepared for entrance exam and cracked it and finally landed into masters in operational research. Now let me talk about my masters because from there my data science journey started. So in the first sem we had subjects like C++, statistics, queuing theory, mathematical programming if I remember correctly. Yeah, learning those subjects were really tough, especially for me because the amount of math I had in one subject was equivalent to the amount of math I had in 3 semesters in the graduation. So you can see that it was really tough for me. But the real pain came from learning C++ because it was my first programming language, and oh boy, if you are coming from non-technical background and you are introduced to programming languages like C++, Java, these languages are going to beat the shit out of you. But yeah, learning C++ was really advantageous for me. It built a solid foundation for programming languages. And I remember writing thousands of lines of code in Turbo C++, and I implemented some of the concepts of object-oriented programming language. And to write something in Turbo C++ is really tough because it does not give this functionality of autocomplete like today we have with PyCharm or other IDEs. So yeah, learning C++ was really fun for me. I mean, it was roller coaster ride. Now my journey of data science started from second sem because in the second sem I had subject called econometrics, and in that subject we were taught linear regression and time series analysis in depth. And from there I started searching more about data science and got to know that I must have the knowledge of Python, maths, stats and data science library. So you can see that I had the aptitude to learn Python because I already knew C++. And by the way, in second sem I also had Java. So I already learned two toughest languages, Java and C++. So learning Python was not that much tough for me. It entirely took me 7 to 10 days to get familiar with it. Now, talking about maths and statistics, my course structure was enough for me. I mean, I didn't put much effort. I already knew more than it was required. So my next step was to learn data science libraries like NumPy and Pandas for data manipulation, Seaborn and Matplot library for data visualization. I didn't learn SQL because it was going to be in third semester, so I didn't put much effort because at the end of the day I was going to learn it somehow, so why I didn't think of putting much effort on that one. But yeah, if you want to be a data scientist, you must have the knowledge of SQL. So now let me talk about the projects I did, that three projects that helped me a lot to understand how the things work in data science. So my first project was Boston house price prediction, which is a linear regression problem. And in that project, I explored few things like how to visualize the graphs, how to customize the graphs, how to interpret from the graphs. And next thing I explored in that project was statistics like correlation, hypothesis testing. And in that project, I actually understood what is correlation and how we can use it in our projects. Now, the third thing that I explored in that project was assumptions of linear regression models. Like after building the model, we have to test some assumptions. And if they are not following, we change the model. So these things I done in that project. So it was a very easy project, but I would say if you are a beginner, that project is really, really good for you because it will solidify your understanding on linear regression model. Now my second project was on advanced linear regression house price prediction, and it is by far one of the best project I ever did because the data set in that project was very close to real world data set. It had missing values, it had variable that is categorical, it had outliers, it had variables on different scales. So with that project, I actually learned how to deal with dirty data. I learned few techniques like how to deal with missing values, how to deal with categorical variable, how to treat outliers, etc. etc. So basically the second project solidified my understanding on how to play around with data, how to clean the data. Now my third project was loan default classification, where we had to classify whether a person will default or not. And that project helped me understand the business perspective of data science, that how we can incorporate the knowledge of data science with a business to make a real world impact. There I learned the lending process, what is DPD, that is day past due, or what is DTI, that is debt to income ratio. So basically the third project was all about understanding business or gaining some domain knowledge. So with these three projects, I actually learned what is data science, how things work in data science, and how we can incorporate the business knowledge in data science and come up with a solution. So now let me talk about how I got job in data science. So just to give you information, in my college, after completing the first year of masters, companies start to visit campus for recruitment process, and they hire for the role of data science, business analyst, data analyst, etc. So during the campus placement season, I gave interview for three companies, and in the first two companies I was not selected because I was rejected at HR round, but in the third company I was selected, and they had 6 rounds of interview. Obviously I'm not going to talk about interview and all that thing because it will make the video lengthy, and maybe I will make a separate video where I will talk about my interview experience. So yeah, right now I'm working in that company from last 9 months. So now let me share few tips with you. So the first thing that you have to do is to create a roadmap and stick to that, because you are going to learn a lots of things, and it is really important for you to have a structure. You are going to learn programming language, you are going to learn maths and stats involved in data science, so having a structure is really helpful. Now second thing is taking breaks while learning. So whenever you are learning new things, the learning curve is not going to be linear. You may understand few concepts easily, and for some concepts you may not get a single thing. So if I talk about myself, I was learning neural network, and sometime I would read an article and I wouldn't get a thing. So in that case I used to take 1 or 2 day breaks, and then I would come back again and read the article, and it helped me a lot. Although it took me around 10 to 15 days to learn neural network intuitively and mathematically, but it helped a lot. Now, the third and the last thing that I would suggest you to make goals and be consistent. So, let's say you are learning Python. So, make a goal that I'm going to learn Python in 20 days or 30 days, whatever is convenient for you. Now, whenever you are making goals, make sure to incorporate breaks in it. So, let's say I decided to learn Python in 20 days. So I'll go it from 20 to 25, because I have to incorporate the breaks in it, because obviously if you are learning Python or any programming language, you are going to feel flustered. So in that case you have to take breaks. And also be consistent. Don't jump from Python to R to Python. Be consistent. Just learn one language first. So yeah, that's all for this video, and if you're new to this channel, please do like and subscribe and press the bell icon for the future updates. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye, stay safe and wear mask. Bye bye.